Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is Soulful Chewbacca back at the Church of Chewbacca. And in this video, we're going to go over two subscribers' teams, give them some team advice to help build up their team, and kind of give them a goal of players to go after. First up, we have Big Dave, and then after Big Dave, we're going to do Jeezy, as you can see from their teams. I'm going to pop the camera off while we're doing these reviews. First, I'll go over their teams, and then I'll put the teams side by side and let you know what kind of changes I would make or what they should go after. Let's get into it. So as mentioned, we're going to do Big Dave's team first. And on the first line, Big Dave has Mario Lemieux's past or present card, 91 overall at left wing. For center, he has Sakic Koivu's master set player card, the 90 overall. Then he has base Connor McDavid at right wing. First pair defense, he has Chelios and Headman team of the year. Then on the second line, he has base Stamkos, Rod Brendamore from Franchise Greats, Jan Masek from the Franchise Hockey World Juniors. I believe this is a Czech Republic card. Then you have Cale Makar's 83 overall fantasy hockey card, 87 overall Paul Coffey, 84 Brock Besser on the third line left wing, got Sean Couturier at the center. He has Andrei Svechnikov for his third line right wing. His third defensive pair, he has Dougie Hamilton's dynamic duo card and Oliver Ekman-Larsson's base card. Phil Kessel, Larionov, Olofsson on the fourth line. His goaltending is Braden Holtby, team of the week, and Sergei Bobrovsky, and he has Brian Fiedler as his coach for the three distributor points. The synergies he has activated is Howitzer, Speedster, Thief, and Distributor. As always in these team advice videos, I'm going to put it side by side as already mentioned and give this team some advice. So as you can see side by side, I'm going to have my review on the left and Big Dave's original team on the right. So for the first line, I'm going to keep Mario Lemieux at left wing, and I'm going to bump Svechnikov up from the third line up to the first line. My personal opinion, I think that Lemieux and Svechnikov will definitely work together on the wings with the Sean Couturier that I would upgrade from the 84 overall. That's the third line center, bump him up to 86. Yes, it's going to cost some coinage. However, I do think it's good to start building towards this Sean Couturier because he's going to be an absolute nasty card, end-game card when he gets to like 93, 94 overall, let alone the fact that he'll go all the way up to 99. First defensive pair, we're going to keep Chelios and Headman the same. This Sakic Koivu, I'm assuming because it wasn't marked as untradeable that it can be sold. I would sell this Sakic Koivu to fill out some other pieces on your team. I understand you're a Montreal Canadiens fan, if I'm not mistaken, and you probably don't want to part ways with Koivu, but right now, the only thing he's giving you is Speedster. You're not using his Spark. You'll be able to buy him cheaper on the market in like the next month or so, or next couple weeks anyway, when more cards with Spark come out, because this card's slowly starting to get phased out. His prices dropped like $200K in the last 3 weeks or so, so I would get rid of Koivu right now where you can get maximum coins for him, and then buy him back later if you really want him on your team. You start building towards Spark. For the second line, I'm going to bump Brock Besser up to the second left wing here. You're going to take that 84 overall you had on your team, Big Dave, get him up to 86 if you can. The reason 86 is because you get him up to 93 speed when you have Distributor and Speedster. His shot becomes a lot harder at the 94 wrist shot power. I just think it makes the card a lot better overall, getting these plus ones up here. He plays as an 88 when you just have Speedster and Distributor on the card. So I really think it's important to get this Besser up to 86 in my personal opinion, if you can get the coins to do that, or the players from playing squad battles, rivals, and whatnot. On the second line, we got a new card coming in here, Shane Wright. He just came out. I recently did a true review on these cards. I think he fits perfectly in your team. He allows you to keep Thief activated, gives you the Speedster. Looking at this card, he has pretty good face-offs with the Thief at 89. He has 93 speed, a very nice wrist shot and slap shot with the 96 wrist shot power, 87 wrist shot accuracy, 93 slap shot power, 87 slap shot accuracy. He gets up to 93 speed with the Speedster and Distributor activated. The acceleration is a little bit low at 85, but I think it's more than fine for the budget card that he is, and he's only about 50K on the market. You might be able to get him for a little bit less. Take Connor McDavid from the first right wing and put him on the second right wing. You can put Svechnikov and McDavid and switch them if you want. You should have your best right wing on your first line, in my personal opinion, especially to cover up for Couture being just a little bit slower because you don't have him in that high 80s, low 90s yet. In the second defensive pairs, where we do a little bit of a change as well, is Cale Makar is going to go down to the third pair. We're going to pick up this Lit or Grit Erik Karlsson. It's the Lit version of the card. He's going to be about 80 to 90,000 coins. That's where selling the Saku Koivu comes in, because it allows you to pick up some of these extra cards. If you don't want to go with Erik Karlsson and you want to go with a big body defenseman, we could always pop in this Brent Burns instead of that Erik Karlsson right here, the team of the week. I prefer Erik Karlsson's Litter Grit because he's a little bit faster, a little bit better with the poke check, but you can also put in this Brent Burns if you want a bigger body defenseman. That's just one of my suggestions. Gives you something a little bit different. They're about the same price. But I do think this Erik Karlsson will give you a huge upgrade on defense. When you're looking for this lit or grit Erik Karlsson, I mean, with howitzer and distributor activated, he's 94 speed. His shot isn't a super amazing, but that's why you got Paul Coffey playing on the same defensive pair with him. His passing and breakout's amazing. 87 stick checking, 88 defensive awareness. The Burns a little bit slower. You're getting him, I think, up to about 89 speed with the howitzer and distributor. I just think this Erik Karlsson will be flying around the ice for you. On the third line, we got a brand new player here, Matthew Barzell's prime time, 86 overall. We're doing this to activate Magician, which will make the Joe Sakic that's also going to get added to the lineup a very good pickup. Looking at this Barzell, when you have Distributor Magician on him, he has 93 speed, 94 agility, 90 acceleration. Pretty good shot here, 87 shot powers, 89 wrist shot accuracy. And as you can see, his puck control is 99 with the Magician Distributor. I just think he's a nasty budget card. He's about 30,000, I think, or so. Jan Masic is going to drop from the second line right wing down to the third line center. The reason we're doing this is whenever you have Thief on this card, he has 90 faceoffs. There's no reason for him not to be playing center. At first, I thought maybe selling the Mysack might be the way to go and kind of get rid of Thief. But then I saw that he has 90 faceoffs with the Thief. He's super fast. He has an amazingly hard shot. I think he's another great budget card. You can only really sell him for like 45, 50K. So let's keep him. Put him on the third line center here. We're picking up Joe Sakic. You can either try to build him through the 87s with the HUT Icon collectibles by playing games. If not, I would just buy him off the market. He gives you the Magician and Distributor. It allows you some freedom to get rid of some of the other cards I think you were kind of attached to for Distributor, like this Dougie Hamilton, that he's just not a good enough card at this point in time. I don't know if you have him as untradeable because he's an untradeable card that you got by doing maybe silver to gold trade-ins for sets, or if for whatever reason you just mismarked them. If you can sell them, I would sell them. If you can't, you could always leave them in the lineup instead of upgrading the Cale Makar, or you could leave them in the lineup for the Erik Karlsson, Brent Burns, and find somebody else for the howitzer to keep it at 6. If you want to keep the Dougie Hamilton in the lineup, let me know in the comments down below. I'll suggest another card for you to keep that howitzer activated where you can put Dougie Hamilton in for the Erik Karlsson, and we'll figure out a solution for you, because I think there's a few little workarounds we could do. Oh, also activating Magician makes this Connor McDavid a lot better too, before I forget. So in the third defensive pair, we got Cale Makar. I'd upgrade him to 84. It gives him a little bit of a bump in speed. I just also wanted to be a reminder that you should work on the Cale Makar, Besser, and Couturier to always slowly upgrade their overalls when you get more cards. When you finish up the monthly collectibles, where you should be getting a HUT Icon collectible and a gold collectible every month if you're doing your challenges every single day as well as logging in. A new card here is Keith Yandle's 86 overall. He's less than 50K. So a brand new 87 overall primetime Keith Yandle came out. So his 86 dropped significantly in price. And I think this is a great budget card. He plays slightly above 87 with howitzer and distributor activated. 93 speed, 92 agility, 87 acceleration. Very hard shot. Not the most accurate, but that's okay. Great breakout man, 94 passing, puck control. And he still has decent defensive attributes here with the 87 defense awareness, 88 stick checking. I think he's great for a third pair defenseman here. On the fourth line, I think is where we made a huge improvement. The Victor Olofsson is pretty good, but this Yu Sato is absolutely a monster budget card. He has Distributor, he has Magician, which allows to be activated. 88 speed, 99 agility with the Magician, so he's going to be just super nimble. Look at how hard his shot is, 97 wrist shot power. Not the most accurate, but he's going to hit absolute bombs for you. The passing and puck control, pretty good, especially whenever you have the Magician activated. He can be moved to center if you need him to with 87 faceoffs, but I got him on the right wing on the fourth line. Keep Larry Yonoff at center. Got Thief activated. We'll keep Phil Kess on the left wing. Your goaltending is going to stay the exact same. I don't see any point on changing it if you like the Holtby and Bobrovsky. You could possibly sell Holtby to get like Bishop or somebody if you don't like Holtby. Get you a couple more coins out of it. And then we got Fiddler 4-3 Distributor. Now, by selling the Koivu, you should be able to do everything I've done on here if I did my math correctly. If I miscalculated a little bit, let me know. But I think by doing the math, being able to sell Koivu for about 350,000 coins and keep some of the other players, maybe you don't upgrade Couturier or Besser right this moment. Like, it's just one of those things for a suggestion to remind you. But the other cards you should be able to pick up, I think you'll be able to swap out the Carlson and Sakic for the Besser, and then you said you had about 85,000 coins or so. So you should be able to pick up Shane Wright and Barzell with those extra coins on being able to sell the Ekman Larson, even though he doesn't sell for much, and the Rod Brendamore, who sells for about 18,000 coins. I think you'll be able to do all of these moves. If you don't want to get rid of Koivu, I understand, but I really think right now at this point in time, it's just good to sell. I think his stock's going to drop way too much that it's not worth keeping him for right now. That's just my opinion. Some of the other guys that watch the channel on a regular basis, let me know what you guys think about the market for the Saku Koivu. If you think his price is going to drop, I think it's a card that you either sell right now while his value is still kind of relatively good, or if you're on the buying end of that, try to grab one a little bit cheaper because his price is starting to decline if you need him to fill out Spark or Speedster. I just think right now with your team, Dave, that it's not worth having just a Spark sitting there on a master set player. I would go work on some other things and revisit the Saku Koivu when you're more ready to build Spark, which will more easily come with Sean Couturier being consistently upgraded, because you get into 90 overall Couturier, he does have 2 points for Spark. You have the Headman that has 2 points for Spark. So when you get the Koivu back, you'll be at 5 points for Spark. You can work some other things out of here, get some of these guys with only single player synergies out of here. This is the review of your team. We finish up with Howitzer, Speedster, Magician, Thief, and Distributor. I think it's a very solid team. You'll be skating a lot better. Your team has a lot more speed on it than it did before. Brendamore is kind of just a slug out there. Dougie Hamilton's kind of slow. Victor Olofsson wasn't the fastest card. OEL's not the best card on a base card basis. The Stamkos was a little bit of a letdown to have to let go for the Barzell, but if you compare them side by side, they're about the same card. But we got the Barzell to activate Magician. That's another card that you'll be able to sell for about 10,000 coins on this Stamkos. Either way, I hope you like the review. Let me know in the comments down below if there's anything that maybe you want to see a little bit different or something you don't agree with. We can talk it out. So moving on to Jeezy E's team. This is a team he sent me today, and he has a pretty good team here. He got some good pack luck where he packed Tim Stutzel, so that's pretty big right there. He's also packed this John Carlson and Victor Headman. So there's some coinage that he'll be able to sell off on his team to get some better cards that we'll probably use here, as well as there's just some guys on his team that do have some value. There's obviously some untradeable guys as well. So let's look at the lineup real quick. He has Speedster, Light the Lamp, Magician, Thief, Distributor, and Spark activated. On the first line, he has Jack Hughes, brand new master set player for NHL 2030 event, Jean Beliveau, Joe Sakic on the first line. Then he has Victor Hedman, Carlson, primetime cards, first defensive pair. Taylor Hall, primetime left wing, second line. Dennis Savard, past their present card. The Dennis Savard past their present card from the event that was a few months ago. Tim Stutzel, as I've already mentioned. Paul Coffey, Rob Blake. Third line, he has Shane Wright, Mikko Koivu, Brian Bellows, Brian Leach, Al McGinnis on the third defensive pair. Fourth line, he has Philip Zadina, Eddie Olczyk, who is untradeable, so we'll try to utilize this card still. Dylan Cozens. Then he has Justice Annunen for his goaltender that has the Distributor, Heart and Soul, and Swarm. And then he has Ben Bounds to fill out the Spark with 2 Spark there. And he has Brian Fiddler as his coach for Distributor. So he has a pretty good team. Let's see how we can improve it a little bit. In my suggestions, just up front, there's probably going to be about a 300,000 coin difference when I was doing my calculations or so of selling some of the cards that Jeezy has to be sold compared to the suggestions that I have made. Just so you guys know, so it's not just an equal swap, kind of like the Big Dave was, minus about 80,000 coins or so, maybe a little bit less, if my calculations were correct and the market hasn't all changed, because the market fluctuates a lot this year where like a card could just jump up 15K for what seems like no reason. My team's on the left still. Jeezy E's original team is on the right. So on the first line, I have Nate McGinnis, 92 overall Winter National Master Set player card. The reason I went with this card is he has all 3 of his synergies activated, Light the Lamp, Magician, Distributor, and Spark. And when you do that, this card plays at an adjusted overall of 94, and he is just absolutely filthy. 96 acceleration, max 99 agility, 92 balance, 93 endurance, 95 speed, His shooting is 97 wrist shot accuracy, 93 wrist shot power. His hands is just pretty much maxed. This dude is a magician with the puck. Literally. He has magician activated, light the lamp, ridiculous. His defense, 90 body checking, 94 strength here. And then 90 discipline, 94 stick checking, 93 defensive awareness. 84 shot blocking isn't the best, but this McKinnon is just absolute stud. And to get this card, we're going to sell to Tim Stützle. They're pretty much a direct swap, about 500,000 coins each. And I think that's a very equal, good swap. I think the McKinnon plays a little bit better than the Stützle does. I think for the way that Jeezy has his team built, McKinnon just fits in there beautifully. Then at first line center, we're going to get rid of the Jean Beliveau, and we're going to pick up Henrik Zetterberg, his European Hockey Club card. There's another card that fits in there very well. You get the Thief. He has 91 faceoffs, which is much higher than this Belivau's, which is only 86 faceoffs even with Thief. So I just think this is a very good trade to put in a Zetterberg for the Beliveau, and they're about the same price as well. You're looking at a guy that plays at 92.4 adjusted overall compared to 89.6. He's faster, better shot, better faceoffs, better all-around card. I just would upgrade Zetterberg for Beliveau, pretty much a straight-up trade. We're going to move Jack Hughes over to the right wing. I mean, we can swap him and McKinnon if you want. That's up to you, GZE. I'm a guy that likes my righties on my left wing, my lefties on my right wing. If you don't like it like that, by all means, switch it however you want. These are just the suggestions. On the top pair, he had Victor Headman. I'm going to switch him out for Pierre-Olivier Joseph. Headman for Joseph, you're going to be in a little bit of a deficit. Joseph's a little bit more expensive, but he does have 2 distributor, and he's 6'3". He's a little bit of a lightweight, but I think with John Carlson, they'll be more than fine paired up. We'll keep the John Carlson for right now, but there's a lot of leeway. If you want to sell this Carlson, you could pretty much put anybody you want on defense, and you can keep all your synergies. I have some other suggestions. I didn't know if you wanted to go 2 left-handed defensemen in the first pair, but I do think that you can keep the John Carlson for right now. On the second line, I brought in Teemu Selanne, kept Dennis Savard, moved Taylor Hall over to the right wing. This Taylor Hall, as you've mentioned kind of in a Discord chat between me and you, is he plays way above his attributes. I wasn't going to take him out. I'm glad you said something because I thought that maybe this was a card you're trying to get rid of. I think with Light the Lamp, Spark, and Distributor, this card is actually phenomenal. 88.5. For some of you other guys watching this video, if you do have Light the Lamp activated or one guy away, maybe you should think about picking up this Taylor Hall if you have Distributor and Spark activated, because he's a very good card when you add all of this. Plays way above his attributes. Being that Coffey and Blake were untradeable, we'll just keep your second defensive pair together. For the third and fourth line, we got some big changes because you had some guys that were just synergy plugs, and I had to get them out of there. We can't have you on the third and fourth line just playing with scrubs. I know we had talked and you at least grind out squad battles. I'm assuming you play a little bit of rivals, even though you said you're not playing like balls deep rivals. I think you'll get enough cards. Hopefully you have some more pack luck to fill out the back end of this a little bit, but you might have the coin stack just kind of laying around. So we have Joe Sakic, who was on your first line. We're moving him down to the third line here on right wing, as you can see. Picking up Matt Sundin to keep that Thief Distributor. This Sundin with Thief is ridiculous. 93 faceoffs. When he gets upgraded to silver, he's going to be an absolute stud. 6'5", 231 pounds. Starting linebacker for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I know, wrong sport, but he could probably start linebacker. 6'5", 231. Those are the kind of numbers you're looking to play in the NFL, not hockey. Then you have Yegor Zaryanagovich. However, I think that's how you say his name. The Belarusian absolute monster with Speedster and Light the Lamp. This dude just fits like beautifully into this team. It was just somebody I stumbled upon looking for a card to fill in this last left wing over here. And by God, other than him being a left-handed shot playing on the left wing, which if you don't want him to be over there, you could always put him somewhere else if you really want him. But his adjusted overall is an 88 overall, straight up. 90 acceleration, 93 agility, 92 balance, 88 endurance, 93 speed, 98 wrist shot power, 87 wrist shot accuracy, 94 slap shot power, 83 slap shot accuracy. His hands aren't the best, but 87 across the board pretty much. Only 84 deking. But hey, he's on the third line here. He's not trying to be the Nate McKinnon that you had over there or Teemu Selanne that are absolute wizards with the puck. He has pretty decent body checking, 86. The rest of the stats aren't amazing, but offensively, his shot and his speed alone is going to just create opportunities. So Sundin Sakic, this Saryanagovich, however you say his name, I'm probably butchering it, the big long name. I think this is a very crafty third line. We're going to get rid of Brian Leach here and pick up Scott Niedermayer. The reason we're picking up Scott Niedermayer is I just think he's another guy that plays well above his attributes. He gets at 87.5, but he's 94 speed with the speedster and distributor. You get the spark, 91 acceleration. He has great defense awareness at 93, 91 stick checking. Gets a discipline bump with the spark as well. So I just think he's a very good card. Much better than this Brian Leach. So we're going to pop him out. And it allows you to keep this slow rock of a card of Al McGinnis for right now without giving up too much, because you need somebody fast. Compared to Leach and McGinnis together, you might as well just have, I don't even know. That defensive pair, I understand you're about the same age I am, so the nostalgia of those two cards, you watch McGinnis shooting clappers in the All-Star challenges and just in playoff games and regular season games, everyone moving out of the way like it's the Mighty Ducks and someone's about to hit a knuckle puck. And then you get Brian Leach, another guy that played in the same era, and it's just like a nostalgia feeling. I think Niedermeyer from that same era is a better fit for the team than Leach. We're getting to the fourth line here, and this is where we bring in Jeremy Roenick. We'll keep the Eddie Olczyk, and we're going to bring in Valtteri Filppula. And Filppula has amazing attributes for this team with the speedster, distributor, and spark. He's the last missing piece for the spark here to make sure that you get 10 spark, and he has 89 acceleration, 89 agility, 92 speed, 94 wrist shot power, 88 wrist shot accuracy. Pretty good clapper here with 90 slap shot power, 87 slap shot accuracy. Passing with the distributor gets up to 91. And he actually doesn't body check too bad with the spark at 86, 92 strength. Defensive awareness is 90, 88 shot blocking, 91 stick checking. You could use him to kill penalties and stuff. So I think that's some great value there. You get him with Matt Sundin on your penalty kill. I think that'd be a very nice little pair. And then maybe get Sakic and Roenick or Savard and Roenick on the other one. I think you'll have pretty decent penalty kill. Keep the goalies the same. There's no reason to change what's not broken. And Brian Fiddler will remain your coach because, well, you need the 3 distributor or you're not going to have max distributor. So looking at the comparison of the teams, we kept the same synergies. We just solidified the team more, got rid of a few pieces. I think built a better team. I know we've talked some too, just like I've been talking with Jay, one of the other subscribers. Maybe in a couple weeks or so, we can re-go over the team if you made some of these improvements, or maybe you just completely blow up the team and start working towards like Barrage and Spark and Distributor like you were talking, or Swarm or whatever synergies. I'm always willing to do another review in the next couple weeks. That goes for you as well, Big Dave. I hope these reviews helped you guys both out. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions, concerns, or maybe you have thought of something that maybe I didn't think of. It's always better to tackle these problems with more than one mind. I appreciate doing all these sub-reviews. If anybody wants me to do a review of their team to help improve their team or think maybe of some strategy to make their team better, let me know in the comments down below. The easiest way to get a hold of me is either through Twitter or Discord, because for whatever reason, YouTube is blocking links in the comments. I can see them on my phone sometimes, but I can never see them on the actual browser, which makes it very difficult to do these reviews since I do them through the browser. As always, I appreciate all support that you guys give me. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share this video with any of your buddies that play NHL 21, especially those that need team advice. I'm here to help you guys out. You guys have a great day and be safe.